Okay, good day everyone. It's Abikiti, and I'm here with one of the personality that I met during my developmental stage, from Mata Misericordia Boys to FSTC Hanson, and happened to be my roommate in secondary school. So can you introduce yourself, sir?
Uh, Good morning, everyone out there watching us now. My name is Nelson Iwuji, and I school at Ohanso, 2014 to 2013 section. So, thank you very much.
I think that was when you left, 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
That's fine. So how have life been since that time?
Uh, Generally, life has been tough. That's not been easy as an adult, After school, though I didn't follow my education in the university, I have to go into business because I love business. So it has not been easy, but by the grace of God, I think the struggle finally paid out. So I'm happy I went through all those difficult processes. Yeah.
So talking about not furthering your education, you have been someone that have been big on this not going to school from when I know you don't want to go to university. You have always said you go to Hara school, you do boy. You go to Hara secondary school, J boy. And if there is something I learn about you, you always speak positive things. You told me that you can never come back to a house if you don't come back with a car. Like as far as you hear then, like you cannot go back to your secondary school if you not come back. You've been big on talks. Like you believe, you are somebody that believes so much in whatever you say and you work towards it. So what was your motivation all this while? Why do you not fancy education, like further institution, higher institution?
Well, as a kid growing up then in my family, I understood what life was all about at an early stage. So I guess life will teach you on how to make some decision even while you are still a kid. So not like I don't like education. I value education. Education made me who I am too. But I will have to tell you the truth. With the kind of society that we are living in, or with the country we are in, I must tell you to survive in this country, you have to do more than education. Let me use that word, more than education, because I don't want to be like education is not good, but you have to do more than education. You understand? You have to have skills, you have to struggle. So I've been motivated when I was a kid to make sure I be among those who will actually, make it in life through struggling, through hustling, So I believe that mindset and that motivation came when I was still small. Okay, so I think that was what motivated me to actually go into business. Even back then in our school, some teachers told me then that if I want to further my education, that I should be serious. But if I don't want to further my education, I should be more serious. So I believe I picked that word then. I can't remember the name of that teacher, but I believe I picked that word then. I think that was what motivated me to go into business.
Okay, talking about FST Ohanso, can you just give us a nutshell about your stay in Ohanso? How was it?
Yeah, Ohanso brought out the other side of me. Ohanso is it's not anybody that went to Ohanso will say that Ohanso is not an easy place. Ohanso have that forum of education that gives you opportunity to decide where you want to fall in. Ohanso can make you be a student and also work. Because I won't lie, when I was in Ohanso, sometimes we used to go out from the school to go and work.
Yeah.
But that kind of mentality cannot come in an ordinary secondary school, But Ohanso gives you the opportunity to be like, okay, you are in school, but you also need to hustle. You need to eat. Life in Ohanso is tough. But I think it's just a survival instinct. I also gave everybody a survival instinct. Once you're there, you have to hustle and then fight for your own stay. So I think my stay in Ohanso brought me up, and give me that motivation to rise up as a teenager. To know that it's no longer, I don't need to depend on education too more. I have to still go out and hustle, because then in the house we used to go out and hustle for money and work. We used to go out and work, serious work. While we are still being fed by the school, we used to also hustle for money to feed ourselves in the same school that we pay school fees for. So you can imagine that mindset as a kid. That will also teach you that in life, education cannot feed you more. You have to still go out and hustle. So I believe on so that's what it motivated me to do that.
What was your best moment in your house? What was the best moment you had?
My best moment was the freedom. The freedom, yes. My best moment also was the freedom to engage in so many social activities. Yes, it might sound crazy then, but you have to go into so many social activities that is above your mindset. You know, all those
To explore.
to explore. Yes, we do so many things. You know, freedom to be a student and also be
An adult, even when you are not one.
yeah. You know, also it's just like a military zone when the commanders are your seniors. Once they command you, you are moving. You know, no stopping. Also, we teach you how to submit. You understand? Then you have to be afraid of not being a victim. Also, in other words, you have to create this survival instinct to survive. So I believe my best moment in also was that freedom of me embracing my adulthood as a teenager, doing so many crazy things, you know, living some life that even my parents wouldn't imagine. But because of the school, I have to find myself in that position to explore. So I believe it gave every teenager the opportunity to embrace adulthood on time. Yeah.
So would you say the training that we got in school is like, some people will say today that they don't fancy that kind of training. They feel like it's too brutal for kids to have that kind of training at that stage, because I must tell you, I don't think it is the way it was then. Now people have things have changed. The kids are soft now. They cannot get that kind of training. Do you think that kind of training is ideal? Like, we still need it, or we should lessen the burden?
I think this is where society need to focus more on. So what you need to understand about life is this: there's something the school don't teach us. There's something the school failed to teach us. School teaches you that if you don't know how to spell your name, you're done. Do you understand?
Yes.
Education and teachers makes students feel like when you don't know how to pass your exams, you can't eat in life. In other words, making people who are trying to read and write and failing their exams thinking that they are worthless because they cannot pass their exams. But if we can create this a vacuum of showing students that we can still train you more, or even create a subject called money. Yes, people need to study what is called money.
Yes.
You don't need to believe that you need to be studying chemistry, biology without knowing what is money. So I think school needs to create this vacuum of infrastructure that will allow students to work more, so that you have to have skills, develop skills. You know, if you want to be a plumber, an engineer, a shoemaker, or you want to be a footballer, you know, all those skills that requires not too much educational stuff. School have to create it to make you believe that you can still achieve whatever you want to do,
even if you cannot read and
write. Yes, but then in school, I think my stay in our house, those struggling and those life we live then is what every adult needs, because that will teach you that life is not easy. If you can start on time to be afraid of your seniors, submitting to them, even your food, then we used to give them our food. We teach you that life is not easy, that you have to fight your way through. I'm trying to say this: sometimes staying in our house, both our feeding and everything was not accurate or was not 100% then, but I think it kind of toughen you up more. to know that life is not all about, or life is not a bed of roses. Sometimes you will starve. Sometimes you will walk to be where you want to be. It's not going to be when you maybe only reading and writing, having a soft life. The hostel is there. They provide everything for you. You have hot water to bathe. You know, I think it will make you believe that life is just go in there, read, and then everything will just come. So my stay in Ohanaso made me believe that, prepared me and made me believe that life is not easy. I have to hustle and fail. Hustle and fail again, and still fail to still go there.
Yes.
So my failure will not detect my position. I know that I have to go through some years of training and hardcore to be where I am. So I think that was what our society needs to learn.
Okay. Yeah. What was your worst moment in the school, and if there's anything that you are given opportunity to change about the school, what will you change? Let me see, if you have met the principal of the school today, what will you change?
Yeah, if I should be met the principal of the school, what I will change is, I think it is still that freedom aspect. You know, freedom comes with a price. And then there are some things teenagers don't need to have on time. Some level of freedom. Because then in school there are so many lines and boundaries that students do cross, which is not good. So my principal, I think I will limit all those stuff. And then most times some students can be a bad influence to some students. So I believe the principal then, or the people in charge then, they didn't kind of give room or to know what students are passing through in the hands of other students. Understand? So I think I need to change that aspect to allow students to be free without being scared. So many people sleep inside bushes. It's not good. In as much as we are trying to train people to toughen up, there are some limits to it. You understand? Then health-wise, you know, that you are trying to toughen up and be strong and be an adult doesn't mean you will die.
Yes.
You need to create these health facilities, good waters and good hostels. That does not make us weak. We don't have to die to prove that we are strong. So if I'm a principal, I will create this good health facility. I also have a good educational institute. You know, they have practicals and everything. Let them create a good health facility, security. Then in our school, we used to get attacked by other villagers.
Yes.
I remember a time Army came inside the school and hurt students, little students. A soldier has to go there and brutalize them. It's not good. You understand? There was a time the school went into riots by villagers attacking students who are still teenagers. So they need to limit all those things. That's why I say freedom comes with a price. So now that we're given that freedom to do what we want to do, the price we are paying is now for our life to still be in danger by all these people I mentioned now. So my principal, I will change all those things. I'll make sure there's a security, there is a good health facility, good waters, and students don't have to be in fear of intimidation, bullying. Student bullying is way too high. Bullying in school is way too high. So I need to limit all those things.
Thank you very much. It's also it's important to note that you went through the Igbo skill acquisition, also known as boy.
Yeah,
Ibara boy now. For how long? How was it?
My brother, life is not easy. Anybody out there, when you bubble around this, if I man to make a little money, never but I go blah bomb back when you're blah head seeker. Why there is why do I catch? When you're not there with the consistent, like you're not giving up. You know, so the money even the bad boy was very brutal, but Obiago, I was already prepared. When I left school, I didn't even spend a week in Aba. I'm already serving somebody. You understand? Not like I can't further my education, but I understood what life was all about at the tender age. So I have to push. So life in the boy was hell. But I'm hell too. Life And the boy is difficult, and I'm still difficult.
Mm.
You understand? So all those processes was the what made me. I wouldn't say if I should be given a chance, I will not go to boy again. No.
Mm.
Any come chance again. I don't know what to other class and I'm going to school. One day medical boy,
Mm.
medical boy.
Mm.
What boy cannot pick the other side of me.
Mm.
Every man there with this inborn beast now there, but that brutality, that hustling spirit. I'm making a better like here. So I believe I'm Benjamin Black Angie, Nanya, one nano, Pagan, Magano. No rise and bend, you rise yourself, no alarm. You know, even I'm trying to say this, Benjamin boy, I don't have enough foam. Let go. Now I get the kind of but no handsome, not a man. So
it's not
even I work out for the go where bija and I'm not going back. So I don't want to say all the things I experienced. Can I please scare people out there? But it was brutal. But thank God it's paid off. When you get that mindset, you matter for that man. Watch it, the his before you got hustle, you got serve mother. You got dogger.
Yes.
You got the one.
Yes.
Not know that sometimes you got that. You believe it also. It had the one, but that's a lot.
Yes.
You won't be at one eye. Waka go to won't be at one eye. But I go, why na zishi wanya ba. Bali na bla no kwa ufuya. Ina ba sim week. Ko waka go to.
Yes.
Ko waka go to. Kani yenju kono no ga no waka go to and never give up. Consistency. But I go, I believe now you get better interest. So the very difficult, but thank God is finally paid out.
So in one of the interesting thing about your story is that one of the lessons why I want to do this with you is that you also teach our younger generation on how to make that money making is actually a process, not magic.
Yeah, it's not magic.
Patience for you to go for boy roll easy achoge when ba say padro ogage or na iburu ego ogage. That means onya nwere patient, o nwere ndidi. Manana, yes, what is ahead is better than whatever you think that you can get before the actual time. So it's encouraging for you, somebody like you, talking about your story now, so that people who are growing up should not think that the age on our way, even the popular say they used to say a fool at 40 is a fool forever.
Yeah.
Oh, the success habit from 40.
Yes.
It's not a benchmark for everybody.
Yeah.
So everybody, young person out there should just be patient, focus on whatever you are doing, believe in the process. There must be a process. You cannot just wake up and get it all right. Even the people that you think have it all right, they still have some processes they need to do to remain where they are. Even if you don't need to hustle again, but for you to remain where you are, you need to still hustle. So I'm happy for your story, and I'm happy that you are here now. And I would like you to give a last advice to everybody out there hustling, people that went to FST Songs, or people that went to Mata Misericordia Boys that are still hustling, finding their feet. So your advice to them, and then generally the young people out now hustling, just give them a little advice on what they are doing.
Well, my advice to the younger generations, some of my classmates, people who went to Mata Misericordia, people who went to Hanso. In general, my advice to my fellow youth is this: the future we are looking for, and then the bright future that we are being told then that we're going to meet, that is going to be given to us, is no longer going to come. We are going to take it.
Yes.
We are going to take it. The government has failed us. Society has failed us. But you cannot fail yourself. Anywhere you are, keep on going. Also, don't depend on anybody as a human. Depend on God and also respect your fellow human being. In a second, don't depend on a human. Now, on a guy, I'm mother, which him mother. Mana atau pas kelam pur bini dan mother 100%. Otago. So, ina ya pachigi, ne bere chigi, ina mo pambona kwa simbo ike. And then even mukulu mana tine we hedeka time out. Na, what time out? We hedeka break, nan do work. What a crime. That girl easy like that. Well, ever blame a man working well, and I got school. I go aside jailbreak. I can't be working. I'm not over it. Go push what get down. Not over the life. I don't want to attack. We can take a year man now. The last year, all process. Yeah. But I go now. In a tough no oh, not a new mother. I'm not too much of your you will not exercise your feelings or what you're passing to somebody. As a man, it's okay to cry. As a man, it's okay to shed tears. It's okay to tell someone what you're passing through. It's okay to tell people your problem, even when they laugh at you. Okay, ease your mind, relax. But I go, every time you know, benign, or nine, you book him back. It's your mother, or mother. Well, when I feel, they feel like an amnesia can't win my hair. China, ya for that.
Don't give up.
Don't give up. If you push for that, you got to go. So, society, the train no more, they show no more, they provide the program. It's a joke, see, for what I go one day, a grow, a speaker, is to quick.
Sure.
Last of that, about my age. And I say, here to get low wine. I'm going to keep it one day. Oh, we look around one at the age of 25. I have what I want to that.
Yes.
Oh, when you're 25. If only la G enjoy him where
Deep.
this is life for you. Life for one time table. No, everyone needs to be but I go so what did the age now define it as your mate. No. Let them help push like that way. Happy can I job.
Sure.
So you know what I mean so like but don't lose the focus.
Sure.
But I go so money person was the check and I job. It's okay and one many have gone
into there.
Behind the camera many have gone. Among wage. But he knew you have funny when they come. So many youths out there almost pro people. Zenia wire. But he can't go another number.
Sure.
To one egg. Alone Jimayo, another lamp. I'm not Wakagoto.
Okay.
Wakagoto. One card is a little on
Sure.
And the Bukalamadi begging.
Sure.
Bukalamadi begging. It one more strong on a basin because it was as a man does not actually mean you will step in the head of another man where you go to know.
Yeah.
So, I'm a bullet mother. Wakagoto, Bastion, because the way they I believe with time, so that's my advice to general youth out there.
So can you tell us a little bit of what you are doing, your business?
Okay. I'm as well here. On the channel, on the open about a market. So I'm not import to menswear. I'm not import to menswear and I wholesale. I'm going to tell. So, market can really my business. So many customers, even when I buy most people, man, how come I can give into an abba? I buy help on the business because so can have an idea on the channel from so how I'm not here. Maybe I'm number one. I'm there. Much I have a palm name of my house. Never come my business. So I have a nazo. So I know more markets.
So this your business. I also used to see people they post to clothing all this way. So I think when they in startup that kind of somebody like you can also help them out if you want to start the business, if you want to sell clothes, stuff like that.
They would themselves and then man I can I help because strangers can testify what I've done. You understand? I want to tell in every aspect and areas of my business. I've helped so many people. Use it I help. And when then I want to boy, and when then I was I help. I know when you know, and when then I want to boy and I say, well, boy. So even them oya mamu ga mana here now when the people that mamu mana na ku ezo So when you need the I can tell you that it's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing. Not difficult. Come on, actually, approve.
Yes.
So that is it. That is it.
So can you talk a little bit about me? What do you think about me? What's your impression about me?
Sammy. Mana, Adiamo, I can't one and then he myself would hear. I'm surprised. He was a man of school. You were a guy of this your mindset. What I hear, guys, and then someone like you love you got people together. I believe I will imagine get SP in on the no Uyibo. And you play like this, in as much as now you are an intelligent guy in school then. I mean, if I know why you so but then you show up. So I believe you understand the general area of this life. You got go school. You got where to go. Where do you go degree? Where? It's not a business section. If any second on the you know what you want. So you want to know what? You want to know what? In the at least on a car. So I believe I'm there with a guy when I water and then when I chocolate and then you need to find case for you what. And then I work also. So I study with your role. So I also thank you for him being a man most of our classmates. Now Chima what they are doing and how life has been after school. So all his boy. Okay, no pandem and you can be surprised one of senator they come now answer question. After this food, Mama Kana.
Yes.
Now okay back
Yes.
one day I get a band of Google neighbor or draw a hands or Matam is project. Yeah, for this follow. She don't know where back goes. So if you're going to kiss the man, you're going to so keep up the good job, me and I. And then here's some what I like my house. Every no your plan, where for 1 day. When you pass to the where you are, one key, where Mokana, yeah, the band.
Yes.
Whatever you go for a very few no young cause of a go roll or maybe. But I forget then on our husband for Mokana, so in a thing that is so open the back.
Yes.
I'm not that. So I believe I get help by every have down motivation now. Yeah, now I'm Mokana when they just put it school Hajin and I'm a humble. I hope so when they give it up. So that's one thing I like.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nelson. You can call it a wrap now.
Okay, thank you.